Hey guys, I am Just a Dude and welcome to the I Am Just a Dude video channel. Today we're going to talk about something very interesting. We're going to talk about U.S. Catholic bishops endorsing gun control and having a manifesto. Yeah. But before we get into that, if you would be so kind, please subscribe to my video channel, wherever that may be. And if you're on YouTube, click that little bell notification so every time I make an upload, you'll get to see it first. And there'll be a drop-down menu when you click on that little bell information. And you'll just hit all to make sure you get all the latest information and tidbits and info about the video channel. All right, folks, let's get into this. U.S. Catholic bishops endorse gun control manifesto by Richard Moorhead, published November 15th, 2019. Wow. Okay, so now the Catholics and their bishops are getting involved with gun control measures in America. Okay, I think they have bigger problems than this, like losing your parishioners hand over fist and not teaching your parishioners the things in the Bible, And now you're talking about trying to take away American Second Amendment rights. Guess what, folks? Everything that goes against the Constitution, that isn't in line with the Constitution, it doesn't have an amendment to it, it's illegal. The Constitution, the United States Constitution, is the law of the land, okay? Now, let me just read this here. American Catholic bishops made a strong endorsement of gun control during their yearly fall General Assembly this week in Baltimore. Baltimore. Isn't that the poop hole that Trump was talking about? We saw that video with the rats running around. Interesting. The bishops endorsed wide-ranging restrictions on American gun ownership, such as assault weapons ban, magazine capacity restrictions, and limitations on handguns. A graphic of the endorsed proposals surfaced online. Okay, assault weapons. Define them for me, please. Assault weapons could be anything. When they say assault weapons, are they talking about an assault bat? Are they talking about an assault knife? Are they talking about, an assault pipe? What are they talking about? Anything that you use as a weapon, guess what? It's an assault weapon. I'm assuming they're talking about AR-15 style looking guns. Okay, but they're not telling you, are they talking about fully automatic? Are they talking about semi-automatic? I don't think a lot of these folks even understand or know anything about guns. Okay, it is the fundamental right of the United States citizen to have the ability to have guns and having guns equal to that of their military. There's a reason for that, to keep the government under control. That's why we have the Second Amendment. It's not about defending yourself in your home. Nice bonus. It's not about, walking down the street and be able to defend yourself walking down the street. Great bonus. But the main objective, why the Founding Fathers wanted everyone to have guns and know how to use guns, be responsible with your guns, is so if anything ever happens, you can, kind of push back. Because governments throughout history and time always have said, always have done, and always will do, try to overstep their bounds. They will try to take over the people. Any way means necessary. It's just history, folks. This isn't horrible stuff I'm suggesting here. This is history. The founders knew that. So they wanted to give the citizenry a way to combat it. Okay, continuing with the article. The bishops face the risk of alienating their gun ownership parishioners by pushing a gun control agenda. Many practicing American Catholics own guns. Yes, they do. 100 million people own guns in this country. We have 330 million in the country. Roughly 1/3 of us own guns, know how to use them, are proficient in them, know why we really have them. It's not for hunting. It's not for having a gun in your bedroom at night to keep the bad people away. Are they bonuses? Absolutely. But it's not the main reason why Americans are supposed to have guns. But no one ever talks about that. They talk about hunting. It's because of we don't need to hunt anymore. How do you know if we're not going to have to hunt anymore? Just because we've had, 50, 60, 70 years or even 80 years plus of prosperity without any needs, or having bread lines or, Great Depressions where the store shelves weren't shut down. Come on. Maybe we'll all need to hunt again one day. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Get an EMP attack on all of our electrical systems. Hey, people who don't have guns, guess what you're going to do? You're going to have to go out to the creek. You're going to try and get some fish, right? You're going to take your large knife and try to stab a deer, jump out of a tree and jump on it if you're hungry. I'm getting a little facetious here, a little funny, right? But those are the kind of arguments they want you to like, oh, that'll never happen. Come on, don't be ridiculous. Always be prepared. Be a good Boy Scout. Always be prepared. And always remember, it's not the main reason why we have guns. It's to defend ourselves against a radical government. Continuing with the article, Bishop Frank Dwayne of Venice, Florida, spearheaded the push for gun control. Some of the prominent liberals within the American Catholic hierarchy have gone even further in calling for gun restrictions on American citizens. Who do these people think they are? You can't just... But this is the kind of thing that frustrates me. We are so dumbed down in this country. We've already had a lot of our gun rights taken away from us because people are stupid. No one can touch our guns. It's in the Constitution, and I have not seen any amendments in that Constitution that say they could do anything that they have done. And now you have these boneheads because we have, idiots in Congress and in the Senate, or in the House and in the Senate, basically saying just because we pass a law, it's law. Even if it goes against the Constitution, they'll say, well, it doesn't go against the Constitution. But they can say that because there's a bunch of nimrods out there who don't pay attention to what's right and what's wrong. Continue with the article. The USCCB, the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, earlier endorsed a prospective assault weapons ban after the 2017 Las Vegas shooting. The bishops endorsed a 1994 ban put in place by philanderer Bill Clinton that studies show failed to significantly deter gun violence in America. Actually, what happened is gun violence went up, then Bush came in, got rid of that ban, and guess what? Violence went down. Woo! That's interesting. Interesting statistic no one ever really talks about on the left. Continuing with the article. The Vatican maintains a highly trained and armed professional security service, a luxury that leading American clergy seem unwilling to permit for everyday American citizens. Yeah, it's funny how you get all these celebrities and all these politicians and all these, well, now bishops. This is kind of interesting, huh? All these bishops who want to basically take away our gun rights, right? But they have armed security everywhere they go. Interesting, huh? Well, hey, you know what? You can take my gun rights as long as I get 5 armed guys with me, around me all the time that are paid for and are willing to die for me. How's that? I think that'd be pretty good, right? Wouldn't you like that? I would love that. In fact, the Vatican City Gendarmerie is equipped with submachine guns, largely out of the legal reach of American gun owners. Yeah, hey, they want to put a ban on assault weapons, which are actually just semi-automatics anyway. But guess what? Those guys have fully automatic submachine guns to protect themselves. Well, how come we can't have that, folks? Come on. How come all these celebrities and politicians get armed security around the clock? They get protection. Why don't we? Yeah, when they start giving up all their armed security guards and they can get rid of all their gun rights, including that, then maybe we could talk. But you know what? It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, folks. Never. As American Catholic leaders make wide-ranging forays into secular political issues, the church in America faces serious challenges. Almost half of American adults raised in Catholicism go on to leave the religion. Yep, they got bigger problems than gun control, don't you think? So why are they worried about it so much? Bought and sold? I don't know. Continuing, Catholics need bishops laser focused on their pastoral duties and administering the sacraments to souls in an era where the church faces a plethora of major crises, such as clerical sex abuse and a lack of clarity on fundamental doctrine from the Vatican, which is true. Not only fundamental doctrine from the Vatican, but what about fundamental doctrine of the actual Word of God? Huh? How about that? It's simply not the place of the bishops to agitate against American gun rights. No, it's not. I mean, they have their opinion, but you're talking about a foray. This isn't about squashing someone's freedom of speech. They can say whatever they want. But you're talking about an organized group of people with a lot of money and a lot of power coming after your Second Amendment rights. And it's the Catholic Church, the American bishops. And you know what the Pope they have now, he's not condemning this kind of stuff, right? God gave us guns to protect ourselves. There is evil out there. Good people have to be able to defend themselves against bad people. Come on, folks. It's crazy stuff. To me, I don't understand what world these people lived in where any of this kind of stuff made sense. Do you think because you get rid of guns, you're going to get rid of bad people? If they, let's just say hypothetically, they get rid of assault weapons and in their minds it's an AR-15, right? What happens to all these people who are getting macheted in England? People say, well, there's not a lot of gun violence in England. Yeah, okay, there's not a lot of guns. How much violence per capita is there compared to the United States? Let me tell you something. Per capita, meaning the ratio of violence per people, England is far beyond us. Because now they don't have guns, but you have people running around the streets with machetes and sticks and hammers, killing people. So the violence per capita is a lot greater in England than it is in America, who has guns. It's insane. You have to look at everything, folks. Just because they say, just as an example, I always use England because they always use England on us. They say, well, England doesn't have any guns and therefore there's not that much gun violence. Well, yeah, no kidding. What about the hammer, bat, and machete attacks and the violent acts that take place over in England? It's a lot more than what happens here in America per capita. So in other words, folks, just to put it in the simplest terms, let's just say you have 100,000 people here, 100,000 people there. They're going to have, let's just say 25,000 violent attacks where we have 5,000. That's the difference. All right, folks, I've taken enough of your time. I think you get the gist of this. I don't think the Catholic Church should have anything to do with gun control. They got bigger problems than that. They really, really do. All right, folks, listen, that's all I have for you today. If you would be so kind, subscribe to my YouTube channel, my BitChute channel. And if you would like to, if you actually like what I do here, you want to support the channel, and you're on BitChute, there's a little $sign next to the subscribe button. Anything you want to give would be greatly appreciated. It would help me to actually continue to do these videos, edit these videos, and gives me time to communicate with you, which I think is really important. And as a side note, if you're going to comment on any of the videos that I post, please no cursing, nothing out of line, be civil, honest debate. I get a lot of whack jobs because of the content that I put up on YouTube and BitChute that, they want to come attacking me, calling me names, cursing me out, this, that, and the other thing. Your comments will never be seen because I'll just block them and get rid of them. I want civil, honest debate. That's what I'm looking for. Intellectual comments. All right, folks, listen. This obviously is a topic that gets me kind of wound up a little bit. And like I said, if you'd be so kind, subscribe. And if you didn't like the content, I apologize. But thanks for hanging with me this long. And until next time, folks, take care. And what do I always say? I say, always, God bless. And remember, God says we got to love him first and love our neighbor. We don't always have to agree, but we have to love them. All right, folks, take care. And until next time, bye now.